Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled by a winding river, lived a young woman named Ilara. She was as kind as the morning sun is warm, with a heart full of dreams. Her life took a turn when she married Leo, a good-natured man from the same village. Ilara was overjoyed, believing she had found her forever love and a new family. However, her dreams of a happy home were soon overshadowed by her mother-in-law, Martha. Martha was a woman whose heart had grown cold over the years. From the very first day, she looked at Ilara not as a daughter, but as an unwelcome guest. She would find fault in everything Ilara did. If Ilara cooked a meal, Martha would complain it was too salty or not spicy enough. If Ilara cleaned the house until it sparkled, Martha would point out a tiny speck of dust she had missed. "Is this how you were raised?" she would sneer. "To be lazy and incompetent?" Ilara tried her best to please her. She would wake up before the sun, finish all the household chores, and prepare everyone's favorite meals. She treated Martha with the utmost respect, always speaking softly and offering a helping hand. But nothing was ever good enough. Martha's words were like sharp thorns, pricking Ilara's gentle soul every single day. Leo, caught in the middle, loved his wife but was afraid to stand up to his mother. "Please be patient, Ilara," he would say. "She's just is set in her ways. She come around." But she never did. The constant criticism began to wear Ilara down. The cheerful light in her eyes started to dim. One evening, Martha was particularly harsh. She had thrown a perfectly good pot of stew onto the floor, screaming that it was inedible. Heartbroken, Ilara ran out of the house and sat by the riverbank, tears streaming down her face. "What have I done to deserve this?" she whispered to the flowing water. As she sat there, an old woman with kind, wrinkly eyes approached her. She was a village elder known for her wisdom. "Tears won't wash away your sorrow, my child," the old woman said gently. "Tell me what troubles you." Ilara poured out her heart, telling the elder about Martha's cruelty and her own despair. The wise woman listened patiently. When Ilara finished, she said, "You cannot change a bitter heart with sweetness alone. Sometimes, you must show the value of what you give by taking it away." Ilara was confused. The elder continued, "Your kindness is a gift, my dear. But you're giving it to someone who throws it away. Stop trying to win her approval. Instead, focus on your own well-being and your own worth." Taking the elder's words to heart, Ilara changed her approach. The next morning, she did not wake up at dawn. She woke up at a reasonable hour, made a simple, healthy breakfast for herself and Leo, and left Martha to fend for herself. When Martha started complaining, Ilara didn't argue or cry. She simply replied, calmly and firmly, "I've done my best to please you, but it seems I cannot. So, I will now focus on taking care of my own household." Martha was stunned into silence. For the first time, she had no one to cook her meals or do her bidding. The house started to get messy, the laundry piled up, and she had to cook her own bland food. Leo, seeing the change in Ilara and the chaos his mother was creating, finally realized the extent of the injustice. He saw Ilara, who was now calmer and more self-assured, and he saw his mother, who was miserable without Ilara's help. Days turned into weeks. Martha grew lonely and tired. She missed the delicious meals, the clean house, and even the quiet, gentle presence of her daughter-in-law. She started to observe Ilara, not with criticism, but with a dawning sense of respect. She saw how lovingly Ilara cared for Leo, how she managed their small part of the house with grace, and how the neighbors all spoke of her kindness. One evening, Martha knocked on Ilara and Leo's door. With her head bowed, she said, "Ilara, I have been wrong. I took your kindness for granted and treated you terribly. The house feels empty and cold without you. Can you forgive me?" Ilara was surprised. She saw the genuine regret in her mother-in-law's eyes. It wasn't the victory she had imagined, but a moment of true human connection. She smiled, a genuine, warm smile that had been missing for so long. "There's nothing to forgive," she said. "Let's start over as a family. From that day on, things changed. Martha wasn't perfect, but she was trying. She started to treat Ilara with the respect she deserved, and sometimes she would even praise her cooking. Ilara, in turn, helped her around the house, not as a servant, but as a daughter. Leo learned to be a better husband, supporting his wife and fostering peace in their home. The story of Ilara and Martha became a lesson in the village. It teaches us that you cannot control how others treat you, but you can control how you respond. True strength lies not just in endless patience, but in knowing your own worth and commanding respect through your actions. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest change happens when we stop trying to please everyone and start valuing ourselves. Thank you for watching this story. We hope it brought a valuable lesson to your day. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more life-changing stories. We'll see you in the next video.